In our dispensation, science and technology has become the essential factor for growth. Likewise, several inventions in the fields of industrialization where science has proven the new age for growth. In today's episode, we will delve into the world of STEM education across the globe and the fundamentals to its pursuits. Stick with me, we'll be right back.
We help you tell your stories through exceptional video. We specialize in blended languages, imaginary, sound, colors, stories. From concept and strategy, through production and post-production. For all platforms, for all screen sizes. Let's create exceptional videos together. Black Origin MMP. Creativity Unfold.
Do not forget to follow us on all our social media handles at Tech TV Network on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and also share your thoughts via our WhatsApp numbers that is displayed on your screen. On today's episode, we have a very important personnel with us in the person of Mr. Caleb Fuga, who is currently the Director of Strategy at Dex Technology and is doing amazing in the field of STEM education, promoting STEM education, making it more fun, making it more enjoyable, and encouraging a lot of youth, even children, to go into STEM. So, you're very welcome, Mr. Caleb Fuga, and a happy new month to you. And we are going to be discussing how science and technology is promoting technology in Ghana.
Yeah, great to have you too, Mrs. MFA, right?
Right. So we'd like to know more about Dex Technology, what you're into. Tell us something brief about what you do, how you started, and how the journey is going so far.
Okay, so to talk about Dex Technology, let's first talk about a problem Dex Technology identified. Growing up in an educational system, we realized that our teachers are trying their best to give us education which is meaningful, i.e. something we can work with after school. And so they try to improvise, especially in the field of STEM education, science, technology, engineering, mathematics stuff. They try to get us staff to mimic certain things. For instance, a teacher is teaching you electrical circuits. They go on the market, get some discarded electrical components, and they start to build something. With time, some schools, about 3% of basic schools in this country have science labs. Of course, they are very expensive, so you get to build them, very expensive. And even stocking the science lab is a different story after building it. And so some have gone to that extent of having science lab. Others also try and then show them videos on TV or from YouTube to be able to get the students to have a deeper understanding of the topics they are treating with them. And so Dex Science Set came into the picture that instead of building an expensive science lab, if you have one, cool, but this is an added advantage to the science lab that you have. If you can't build a science lab, no problem. There is something called the Science Set. Science Set, which can help you introduce 21st century learning, which is hands-on. It gives you all the necessary core competences that a student is supposed to develop whilst in basic school. And so when we speak of the Science Set, it is solving an old age problem of lack of practical science activities in our classrooms. And so we focus on how to manufacture the things that you are taught in the classroom. So the Science Set is a tool that is helping teachers deliver 21st century learning content, i.e. a personalized science lab. So you can use it in the classroom and outside the classroom. It is very personalized and it is so affordable for every child to have. It costs just about the cost of your textbooks that you use in the schools. And so this is a huge leapfrogging technology which is helping what we couldn't have afforded to get today. But with the science set, every child can now own their personal science lab and experience teaching and learning in the most advanced way possible.
So, we know during my time in school, we have this math set. How is the math set different from the science set? And how is the science set coming in, to make children more innovative, improving their problem solving skills, making them, have several ways of going about solving issues?
That's a great question. Let me start it off with the math set science set relationship. So let's say math set is exclusively for maths. The math set was helping us draw curves and help us understand these things. The science set, in its real terminology, is a STEM set in itself, which helps you understand science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And then there's a little bit of art around it because you have to design certain things as you build them along the line. And so the science set is for science activities and the math set is for math activities. That is where you can draw the correlation. And so just as the math set has become ubiquitous and it's part of the culture of learning, the science set is also coming in to be ubiquitous and create a culture of practical science learning across all basic schools in the country.
Okay, so with respect to the question that asks about sharpening the way of thinking and innovation and the problem thinking, how does that come in?
Great. Before I go on to answer that question, in today's educational space, every material you introduce in a classroom should check these 3 specific boxes.
Okay.
The first box is supposed to check is that it has to enhance the content you are delivering in the classroom. The science set as it is enhancing the content delivery, i.e. the facilitator, which is the teacher in the classroom, will have materials. Every child will have their personal material, just like they have their textbooks to be able to learn. And so you don't now have to go to the market, go to the hassle of finding components. They are all in boxes, which you can use to teach your students. And your students can also have it. Now, it has to be personalized. Personalization is very important because the moment you're able to personalize your learning outcomes, you are able to have something we call lifelong learning experiences.
Yeah.
So it is very critical that you're able to personalize. So that is why you don't share math books. That's why you don't share English books. That's why you don't share other books.
Yeah.
So when you personalize it, you develop more interest and your skill towards that specific subject increases. And then finally, it's supposed to promote distance learning. Because of the event of COVID-19, every educational material must promote what? Distance learning, which means it has to be able to give you the experience even in person and without the aid of a facilitator. That is, you can have it as a project work at home. The science set checks all these 3 brackets. It is very, very important that we notice that.
Okay.
Because the science set can be used in the classroom, can be used at home as a project work, even as an assessment tool, as an end-of-term practical science exam.
Yes.
So students are able to build the human digestive system, as you can see on the wall.
Yeah.
Students can build electrical components. Students can build batteries from Banku that we eat. Very exciting activity in one of the boxes, which is 4.3.
I'd like to try that.
Fantastic. And so there are an array of things that the students are able to do. Now, I mentioned building batteries with Banku. I mentioned putting together the human digestive system. They even can build what we call the improvised thermometer, which is an activity a class 6 student is supposed to be able to do. They build a model of the sun to scale. So if the sun is in this room, how small or big would the earth be? They have this immense understanding of the topic that you are teaching them. Now, having this knowledge gives you the ability to be able to innovate, So for instance, you've learned how to build a battery. What other tools can you use to build the same battery?
Thing.
It begins to bring your critical thinking ability alive.
Yeah.
It also brings your collaborative skills because you begin to work in groups to be able to understand how to present these things, what is the problem. So the critical thinking is very high on that as well when you collaborate. There's also leadership skill that is checked. And through all these things, you're able to develop lifelong learning experiences. And of course, the digital knowledge of the students is also improved because some of the activities in the science set, you need to watch video tutorials to be able to help you understand it. Even if digital content or internet is a challenge, the science set doesn't limit you in that space. You still have manuals, which you can use. The
question I was just about asking, if they have manuals they could look at.
So the science set is a very advanced tool that has been brought to us. And I'm glad to mention it is totally and completely IP'd, owned, produced, and manufactured right here in Ghana.
Awesome.
And so that is the confidence we have.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't only beat the narrative of having a STEM tool, but it adds on to a narrative where every Ghanaian child can now believe that the tools I'm being taught with is made in Ghana.
Made in Ghana.
And I can also do same. And that is a very important moral narrative that we share to give the necessary confidence for these students to be part of those who can help change the narrative for tomorrow. So
one thing I also want to find out is how the Ghanaian markets is accepting this science set that is coming in, and also, you know, if I want to purchase one, where can I get one to purchase?
Fantastic. So outside the country is very expensive, but within the walls of this country, we have made it as affordable as the cost of a textbook, which means that it shouldn't be too expensive for the average parent to afford it. I mean, if you know the value of education. So far, we've been very fortunate to work with private schools across the country, private basic schools. Now, we are a company and we are focused on giving value. And so, even though we have sets for junior high school, we have sets for senior high school, we are even preparing for that of the tertiary level, we have to focus and make sure that we have the right market at the basic school. So currently we are running for basic 4, 5, and 6 with some sets at the junior high school level as well, which is not really tailored for the curriculum. However, in the month of August, which will be the next academic year, 2024, we would launch something for the junior high school as well. So the schools who are listening should just watch out. And so the science set is readily available on the market. You visit our website, www, don't forget to bring the article there. Okay. So thescienceset.com is the only science set you can find in the whole world. So www.thescienceset.
Probably brought to you by a Ghanaian company.
Absolutely, that's necessary.
Yeah.
And so you go there, you can contact us. We have a WhatsApp line there that you can reach us on 0246 310 704 is our WhatsApp number that you can reach us on, and you have a tete-a-tete with us. We have special programs for schools, okay? As a parent, if you want to buy it online, fine. You can just go there, order, and to be delivered to your doorstep. But we work with schools as well, which is very important because we train the teachers. And we have partners that we work with. The famous Professor Elsie Kaufman, you know, she's associated with the National Science and Maths Quiz.
Yes.
Now, she says that one of the brightest students that she had at the quiz, a team went to a certain country. They were supposed to put together the simple human digestive system, which is supposed to be done by a class 4 students. They couldn't do it. But they were very sharp when it came to the theoretical part. So she was moved by her passion to support us. So through her, we've been able to work with other private schools. And so the private schools, they add it to their book list, and then every child gets to have one. And so we are still trying to work with government. What we do is that government has really slowed down when it comes to working with them in terms of delivering the science set to public schools.
Okay.
So what we do is that whenever we have the opportunity to talk to private individuals or corporate societies or even international bodies, we recommend to them that they should sponsor us and we support the public schools. And so one of the people that did that with us is 1BA, there's 1 Billion Africa Foundation. We also work with the Indorama Ventures Foundation in Thailand, IVLF. We also work with MTN Ghana and some few other corporate societies to support public schools in Ghana. But the main being that we want is that we wish that the government of Ghana would help so that, especially when this is made in Ghana, that students in basic schools can have the opportunity to learn science in the best possible way. That's so that you'll be able to check the box of quality education, especially when we are talking about STEM education in this phase.
STEM education. Okay, so I know we have the two types. We have the Science Set Max and the Science Set Plus. So I want us to to give me an idea, the difference between the two, because...
So this is the Science Set Plus. I mean, this is the Science Set Max. The Science Set Max really is about general physics, okay? Where you as a parent, you can just buy and then do some practical science activities with your child at home if you want them to develop early interest in science. It comes with a comprehensive manual. It says, "Hello, future engineer," okay? And then it gives you some interesting things to look at. Are you with me? So it gives you step by step. It names all the components. Pictures. So from here you can build a simple robot, a submerged pump, learn about different sources of energy, exciting stuff. Learn how to build your own switch. Very exciting stuff. This is the max. This is the max.
Okay.
And the ones you see with the numbers on them, 5.3, 6.2, 4.2, as you see on the wall, they are for upper primary. So if you see 4.1, it means grade 4. First term.
Okay.
If you see 4.2,
that's grade 5, second term.
How about 6.3?
That'll be grade 6, third term.
Fantastic, very brilliant. Right. So that is how it is. And so just as I mentioned, we work with schools, we train their teachers online. There's an online tool where they're able to upload their work for us to be able to access it. It's exciting. Teachers tell us that it improves their work and delivery rate in the classroom by 80%.
Oh, that's a huge number.
And this is how they're able to achieve that. Before you treat any specific topic, let's say you are going to treat generation of electricity, okay? What you do is that we have a video on YouTube. You give it to the students and tell them that go home, watch this video and perform this activity and answer these questions below before you treat the topic.
Okay.
And so when the students go home, it's a project work you've given them, so they will do the necessary research. They will write whatever you've given them down. And then they will come to the classroom. And now you talk about generating electricity. Okay?
Yeah.
And so the moment you start, they start telling you what they have learned on their own. So they have already had a discovery.
Have an idea.
And so they have a purpose, a sense of purpose for which they are coming to the specific class to come and learn. And so before you know it, the students are actually telling you things the teacher didn't even know. And that's the excitement. So without materials, these things do not become possible. Let's take advantage of the science that we have as Ghanaians and then make sure that we use it together with other tools to enhance the learning experience. It is easy as I have said it, trust me. Currently we are in not less than 250 primary schools across the country, and they all attest to the fact that the Science Set is actually a game changer when it comes to STEM education at the basic school. And so we say we are making practical science truly practical.
And enjoyable.
Absolutely.
So let's do a bit of a demonstration.
Okay, fantastic. So one of the things that students learn is in 5.3, they learn about color changing LEDs. This is applicable in real life. As you watch your LED screens, the color changes that happens at the back. And so before you get here, you should have learnt about how to build a simple electronic circuit to understand that electricity moves from positive to what? Negative. Simple electronic circuits. And so we are going to apply those principles here.
Right.
And so you can see these different wires. I've already put the batteries in them. So this is an AA battery, okay, which has 1.5 volts in it. Are you with me? And so this is the math part. It shows you the volts. Now there's going to be a chemical composition in the battery. So we are going to generate chemical energy from the battery, which will turn into electrical energy as soon as it passes through the wire. And so the energy transformation process will take place, and then it is converted into light energy.
Okay.
And then the color combinations will move on from there. And so, if you wouldn't mind, you can start it off for me. So we have already built it.
Yes. So this is the plus is connected to the negative side.
Absolutely.
So
and
I'll
so
just
turn
try
it on.
with this.
Good.
So this
so you
is
have
showing
a blue light.
Okay.
You
I'll
can
take
turn
the blue
off.
off, then switch them. Let me switch this one. Okay.
Great. So
this
that's the
is
red light. So you turn that one off as well.
And then
The next one is a
green.
green light. So you now have to do a combination of them.
the two
So
or
let's
three.
turn all the three on and see what will happen.
Okay.
It's giving you this sort of purple color, right? I mean, you are a lady, you know the colors, so you should help me. So you should help me with the colors.
Okay,
so
let me take this off.
one down.
This is showing more of orange.
Orange color, okay. And so these color combinations are the color combinations you have at the back of your LED screen. So there are tiny bits of them. So, I mean, if somebody is watching us, they will see that you are wearing this color. You see that because of these batteries,
color combinations.
these color combinations you have at the back of your screen. And so we go into in-depth as we deliver the content in the classroom. And so just as I mentioned, the students are learning the how and the whys we build things.
Thank you so much, Mr. Caleb Fuga. It's been a wonderful and intriguing session with you. I have personally learned a lot, and I hope you've also learned a lot too. I'm Emma Fadia, your host for today. Keep watching Tech TV. We'll be right back.
We help you tell your stories through exceptional video. We specialize in blended languages, imaginary, sound, colors, stories. From concept and strategy, through production and post-production. For all platforms, for all screen sizes. Let's create exceptional videos together. Black Origin MMP. Creativity unfold.
My name is Joseph Kolitete from Prom. Currently, we are located in Teshin in West State. I schooled at Teshi Preparatory School. When I completed GHS, I couldn't get support to further my SHS, so I had to go and learn draftsmanship. So at that time, it was an apprentice. I went to learn as an apprentice. So after the apprentice, I came back home. I have to start something with my life. But I have this passion within me that there's something that is unique in me. So whilst I was a houseboy in one of my boss's place, I was watching Discovery Channel, and they were showing this Harley Davidson, how this Harley Davidson motor bicycle is being made. So I picked the idea from there, and that was 2007. And I did my first metal bicycle, but I sold it out because at that time social media wasn't that effective like this, and then the support wasn't coming, and I was then a houseboy, and I can't afford to buy the materials and like build in mass quantity, so I let go of the dream. In 2020, the lockdown era, I started the whole thing again. Siki Bikes, what inspired me is I'm a believer, I believe in God, and I took the inspiration from Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, that says that we should seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. So that is where I took the name from Siki Bikes. Technology now is everything. You can't do away with technology. The bicycle that I build is in line with technology. And now, if you look at the whole thing now, bicycles, some are moving to electric bicycles. And that is the dream I have, to also go into electric bicycles. Because I don't have the necessary tools, it takes a lot of time. It can take almost 2 weeks to build one bike, because I don't have the necessary tools. And the place I even work, after some, when it's going to rain, I have to pack everything inside again. So it's very stressful. And building bikes like that, you need time, you need space to do all that you are doing. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to build one bike. The challenges is a lot, because one, the place I work is not conducive. The tool that I work with, I don't have the right tools, so it makes the whole thing difficult. I want to move ahead with what I'm doing. I just don't want to build only wood bikes. I want to build quality and other bicycles that you can see in the Western world. I gave up 2007, and I came back 2020 again. Though the task is not that easy, especially when you have a family and you are comparing your family to your passion. It's very challenging. I have more than 5 prototypes bikes. Yes, so the one I'm sitting on is a prototype. There are more inside that are prototypes. I've donated one to a school. It's a quad cycle. I have a lot of bicycles. I have the quad cycle, I have the tricycle, I have the paddle car, I have the wooden mountain bicycle, the wooden chopper bicycle. So everything about bicycle. I have the paddle pedicab. Yes, so it's more like a tricycle, but you have people sitting at the back and you ride them. I believe that the Western world, that this is how they started, and they have gotten to where they are now. So I'm pleading to our big guys in society, NGOs, the diaspora. They should come to our aid and they should support what we are doing, so that at least we can create employment. Because my main passion is to create employment and also to impart in the generation that is coming.